Oh man, how long have I been producing, writing songs? I would say producing officially, I would say since 96, but I've started, I started my tutoring in like 92, 93, but I really started producing artists in like 95, 96. Now, I've come from a musically talented family. I have an older brother, Keith Andes. I got intrigued by watching him in the choir and doing all of that, and that was production even back then, directing a choir, so and then he moved into the R&B realm, and he invited me out on several occasions for me to see firsthand what it is that he did in his stuff. I guess the evolution for me, BC, as a producer in music, it started from back in the days, DJing, watching my older brother Rod. He used to MC and DJ. We had the equipment. We was one of the first in the projects with the equipment. And when he used to leave out, I used to get down a little bit, to having little rap groups, around the neighborhood, and being that guy that provided the soundtrack, the beat. I could rhyme, but I was the guy banging on the window, banging on a lunch table. I was that guy beatboxing. And it just evolved over time. And I started rapping and getting with my man Yakub, and we took it from there, and then it just, when I moved to Atlanta, it just started meeting a whole bunch of people, and it just took off from there. BeCreative Volume 1 came about by working with so many different artists over the years. I would work on projects for artists for their project, and I still had a relationship with certain artists, and I said, I have some pretty decent material that's just sitting there, and I'm creating more material. Some of these artists I'm still working with. And I put together this project myself, and I did some wonderful work with KRS-One and Issues, and Jada G, and Yakub Edlin, and it goes on, Young Ivy. So I just decided to make this album, make this project. I guess you could say it's part of my bucket list. I guess. I think song-wise, hook-wise, track-wise, dope, very innovating. It's beginning to be a little redundant, but it's cool. It's a nice little vibe. I think lyrically, we're settling lyrically, which is cool, because everybody's not, even back in the days when you had a diverse, when you had the Canes and you had the Chuck D's and you had the Rakims, but you had Will Smiths. You had Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh wasn't the most lyrical, but it get you going, get a party going. So I have a lot of respect for what the artists are doing now. However, I would love to see it become a little bit more lyrical, and I see people like Kendrick Lamar who's bringing that element back, and there's a few others as well. But when it comes to hip-hop, the traditional answer being, my era, my age, people would think, Primo and Pete Rock and, Dilla, and those are people I have a lot of respect for, but none of them will exist without Marley Marl, period. And then you got Howie T's, stuff like that, and individuals like that, that's nice. But as far as overall music production, you have people like Keith Andes. I mean, he's not only someone that I look up to. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people in the game that try to front, but they know what time it is with his skills. A lot of cats doing it, but the ones that I really, really, really look up to that has been a part of what I do, Marley Marl, Pete Rock, Primo, Keith Andes, Quincy Jones, Teddy Riley, because Teddy Riley was very diverse as well. The thing behind BeCreative is displaying my ability as a producer as well as the artists that I'm working with. But more importantly, I think, is the diversity of the music that's being made with these artists. You have a lot of people that talk about we should have more diversity on radio, and I agree with that. So, why not make that on one project as opposed to having one specific kind of boom bap or one more South traditional, or it's a hybrid between all of it, and I think that's what makes this project special. What BeCreative, the project, and BeCreative BC, the producer, brings is diversity. My diversity comes from just music in general. I like all kind of music, and what God puts on my heart to create, that's what comes out. Music is an expression. Creative energy is God energy. Now again, it could be, some kind of art, but it was given to that individual. And BeCreative is, to name it, play on words. It's the same. If you listen to it, it sounds the same, BeCreative, but when you look at it, it says something different. A lot of times we stand on our own and get holier than thou and say, oh, this is whack, or You know, they should be talking about this or should be talking about or shouldn't say this or should. All of that is conditional. But if you really feel that way, then you should make your own music and change it. Other than that, just allow people to express themselves and be who they are and let their light shine.